Well, news is breaking on Sunday evening that one of the MHKs in the Liberal Vannin party has been suspended over the actions on the pre-education debate in Tynwald earlier this week. We received this from the chairman of the Liberal Vannin party, Roy Redmayne, who is stating that the Chief Minister had no other course of action but to dismiss Mr Hall and Mr Horton from their positions as political members of the Department of Education, as their behaviour was reprehensible, and it struck at the very heart of the island's democracy. He goes on to say that they had no respect for the debating chamber or the president by making themselves absent from the debate to which they had responsibility to contribute. He then asked the questions, what could they have contributed to that debate? They offered no alternative solutions to the nursery education scheme, only criticism of it, and they had no other plans other than to request more money, which they knew was not available. It goes on to say that the public of the Isle of Man should be under no illusion. Both MHKs, since taking their positions in the Education Department, have continually undermined Mr Caron and the Chief Executive's efforts to bring about an affordable and universal nursery school service to the Isle of Man. Mr Redmayne says he takes exception to claims made in public that Mr Caron was unable to manage his department after debates on the 3rd and 17th of April. He says it's self-evident that his political department's colleagues were way beyond any management control, and this had led to them being sacked. He said the Chief Minister called for unity from the politicians in the face of huge financial losses in revenues which will affect not only now but into future generations. He says the Liberal Vannin party will continue to support the Chief Minister in trying to find a solution to the current fiscal difficulties, but questions those who have been elected to office that they cannot support the difficult decisions which have to be made to ensure future generations' prosperity. He concluded by saying that Mr Hall was not performing to the high ideals that the Liberal Vannin party had set themselves when they were formed 6 years ago. Mr Hall led them to believe that he had supported the party system and would promote their ideals, and as a matter of mandatory procedure, he had signed his acceptance to the Liberal Vannin Constitution and their National Manifesto, and was willing to abandon his career as an airline pilot to represent the people of Onken and the Liberal Vannin. Mr Redmayne finishes off by saying that Mr Hall will be brought to account for his actions and his failure to adhere to their manifesto. Well, we spoke to Mr Redmayne tonight. He's declined to talk any more about this, doesn't want to do an interview at the moment, but obviously this is an ongoing story and we'll be following it.